What's up, sugaring community? This is Fast Freddy, also known as SDC. Today I thought I'd talk about something a little bit fun, and that is threesomes. That's something that a lot of guys may not have access to. Even some of the best looking guys may not have access to this. But that is something now. That's an option, and you might have an opportunity to do that. So, the first thing is, if you've been on the site or if you've been dating, you'll notice a lot of girls now in this day and age will admit that they've been sexually active with another girl, or have had threesomes or are open to it. And the trick there is, girls are very open sexually if they're comfortable. They're kind of like us, but they gotta be comfortable. And I did a video on this. The most girls are constantly getting dicks thrown at them. They've been hurt, and so that's the trick, is to get them to be comfortable. And so now, if you play your cards right, you will have girls that are open sexually, open to doing that, but you have to basically provide them that value. So the trick is, it's just like anything else. You gotta basically make them comfortable enough to do that, and that might be a little bit of an extra layer than having them just obviously hook up with you. And actually, it's really difficult, even if you have all the money. It's actually really difficult to have a good threesome. So the first thing is, I like to qualify girls just from the get-go and ask them, hey, have you ever been with a girl? Right in the discussions when I'm talking, asking them what their sexual preferences are. I'm asking them, hey, have you ever been with a girl, and are you open to having fun and having a threesome? Now, most girls, I've found that like majority of the girls I go for have had a sexual experience with a girl, and they're open to it. But usually they say they have to be comfortable with the girl, and sometimes they'll say you gotta pay extra, but I typically don't do that. So the next thing is, as I mentioned, you gotta get them comfortable with you, and you gotta provide them value. So yes, you can, like they say, you can give them more money, or again, you can just like anything else. And I'll do a video on this. The scale is sliding. Basically, if a girl really likes you, you won't have to pay as much. If she doesn't like you, you will have to pay more. If you're more attractive, you'll have to pay less. Things like that. If you're nicer, you have to pay less. It's a sliding scale, and there's a bunch of things that women take into account. So looks, and it's not, again, I've said this so many times, you don't have to be Michael B. Jordan or Brad Pitt. You just have to be mildly handsome, clean, fit, and then making them just comfortable when they're with you, not being weird, being a cool guy. And then, of course, like I said, the finances or lubrication. If a girl really likes you, you've seen her for a bunch of weeks, you can bring it up. And a lot of the times, I think they'll be up for it. Now, the trick is, again, first it took them time to warm up to you. Now they got to warm up to another person. So the easiest thing is to ask them if they have a friend, and that friend might be a sugar baby too, or it might just be a friend, and to have them bring them along. So that's, to me, the easiest thing, because they're really comfortable. They've done it with their friend before. So that's usually how the best way it'll work. You could also find another sugar baby, but the trick there is, and this is just a hitch always in general, is scheduling. It's really difficult to schedule 3 people to be open and to meet at the same time. I have to say, it's for some reason everyone's busy. It's already hard to schedule time with one person. To schedule time with 2 people and you're the third, it's just it gets tricky. But once you've done that, you'll have a lot of fun. The other thing is, for me, I've had a couple, and honestly, a lot of them have sucked. And again, the reason is, you got to get 3 people on the same fucking page. Sometimes, and I like to have it where there's these 2 girls where it's just basically no boundaries. Like, they're messing around with each other, they're messing around with me, we're all having fun. Sometimes you have girls that are just weird about it, like they won't mess around with each other, They'll take turns, and that's not, I'm not down for that. That's not kind of what I'm looking for. At that point, you're just having sex with two people, and honestly, well, at that point, it's just like one person is good enough where you're concentrating fully and having a great time with them. Um, so it's tricky to even find the right combination. So that's just a heads up. And another thing to take into account, the weird thing is if you start having feelings for a girl, it's almost like you get sort of uncomfortable. This is crazy to say, but you get uncomfortable sharing her. For me, it's kind of like I might be, spending a lot of money on this one girl, and I want to focus and have a good time with her, and then it's like this other person comes in and is distracting everybody. That's the weird thing. So it's almost like kind of the stars need to align to have a really good threesome. Like everyone has to be really sexually attracted to each other, and then the feelings can't get involved either. So it's like these stars that have to align. But anyways, yeah, I had some great experiences. The one I think that was the best for me was where this girl had a roommate, and I had a feeling that they kind of liked each other, but they just were weird about it. So they kind of used me as an excuse to hook up with each other. That was really cool because, again, everyone was sexually attracted to each other. And everyone wanted to have fun, but it wasn't, no feelings were involved, so it was really cool and a lot of fun. I had other experiences where this one girl was like, hey, can my friend come and she'll join, but they were best friends. They didn't want to mess around with each other, and at that point, it was just uncomfortable. I was kind of upset because I was like, that's not what we talked about. And then we got into arguments, and then there you go. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I was about to have my threesome, and I ended up just arguing with a bunch of people. I had a time where I had a sugar baby, where I caught feelings. She was bisexual. We got into a fight, and she wanted to bring in another girl just so she wouldn't be alone with me. And that's where I was like, no, I kind of want to reconnect, and then we can have fun later. So that was ironic that I was arguing against the threesome. Then another time I had one where it was two girls. They were down. They were attractive, and then one of the girls just backed out. She felt completely uncomfortable in the middle, and left, and which was fine. But it was just, again, it is sometimes a hit or miss. It's not this crazy ass fantasy that you guys are watching on Pornhub all the time. You guys, again, need to find, just like anything else, a connection. You're gonna need to find it like twice. Then they need to be connected, and then they need to be comfortable. So it's a little tricky, but once you get it down, it's an awesome experience. It's a lot of fun. It's a great memory, and it's a great sort of learning lesson. So that's all I had. Any questions on this topic, leave comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I will talk to you later.